Hi friends, thanks to EA for inviting me to play Apex Legends Season 19 early, and today I've got all you need to know about the ranked changes in Season 19. Now I did hear from the devs live in this event, and with all the ranked changes, they said their goal is to make the matches more consistent and to improve the climbing experience through ranked in Season 19. So keep that in mind as we look at each of these changes one by one. The biggest change I would say is the introduction of the promo trials. This is something completely new to ranked in Apex Legends, but having said that, it's not too different from weapon mastery trials, so you might notice some similarities, at least in the way they're structured. You see, these promo trials are essentially challenges you'll have to complete in order to rank up, and they'll get harder and more punishing the higher the rank you are. You get 5 games to complete each of these trials, and if you can't complete these trials within those 5 games, you get a bonus game to try again, and if you can't complete it within that bonus game, you essentially get up to 5 bonuses, giving you 10 games in total to complete a trial, before you eventually get dropped down the rank. Now how far you drop back down the rank depends how you perform in those trials, so even if you don't complete the trial, there's still benefit to doing the best you can. The idea of these promo trials really is to try and stop the ratting, because these trials will be structured around actively contributing to play and to wins. And therefore if you're ratting or playing really passively, just not doing anything, then you may find it very hard to complete these trials, and thus you just won't be able to rank up. I do think there might be some situations, however, that might end up making it harder for people that are on the boundary to also rank up though with this new system. And by people on the boundary, I mean, you know, those people that just about scrape into diamond, or just about scrape into masters, or I guess even just about scrape into platinum from gold, if there are people that do struggle with that. And one of the key reasons I think these kind of people might also be struggling along with the rats is because, let's say you're going from silver 1 to gold 4, you'll get a trial like this that pops up, and it says you have to get a certain number of kills, let's say 5, and a certain number of assists, let's say 5 again. Or it will say you have to win a game to be able to rank up. Now, if you're one of those people that struggle to get into the next rank, probably a lot of the times when you do get into the next rank, it won't be because you've won a game or because you've got lots of kills. It'll potentially be because you've just about snuck into the top 10 and maybe you've got 1 or 2 kills, or your teammates carried you to the win. And so when you get to trial like this and you're an on the boundary type player, you might find Season 19 becomes a little bit more challenging to get into that next rank. Don't worry if you're still confused about these promo trials though. I'll do a more detailed video on these trials when the season drops, and I'll try and pick out all the different types of trials that there can be, just so you've got a rough idea of what kind of points you're looking at and how challenging it's going to be. Let's move on to the next big change, and this one's about the ranked difference when playing with friends. Before, if you didn't know, once you got to Platinum above, there could only be 1 rank difference between you and your teammates. Now in Season 19, if you're a Masters player for example, you can finally play with a bronze teammate, and this was an annoying little thing for those people that did have friends that played Apex Legends, but that perhaps just weren't as good as them, or maybe didn't play as much, so they were bronze, and let's say you were a Masters or a Predator, or even just a Diamond, you still wouldn't be able to play together, and that's being fixed in Season 19. Now part of the justification from the devs from allowing this to happen is because they say they've narrowed the delta between pre-mades and solos, and they shared these graphs. This first one you can see in the red line, triple stack win rates have dropped since the start of Season 18, while solos increased and duos have remained consistent, and overall that means they're much closer together. You also see something similar here in this top 5 finishers and this top 10 finishers in terms of rates, the pre-made squads versus duos and solos. What this means is the devs basically feel like pre-mades are a lot closer to solos and duos now, so it's not going to matter too much if they get rid of that difference limiter for pre-made squads. Let's look at the next ranked change now, and this one's for the evening out of provisional matches. You see, prior to Season 19, a lot of players were finding they were dropping lower in the provisional matches than ever before. A good example was in Season 18, where a lot of players that got Masters and Diamond were ending up in Bronze. You even had some Predators hitting Bronze and Silver after their provisional games. And what the devs have done in Season 19 is try to limit this to a theoretical drop that's closer to 1.5 ranks from where you finished the season. so a diamond should end up somewhere around gold as opposed to dropping all the way back to bronze. The good news for this is it means masters, predators and even diamonds should not be flooding those bronze lobbies. This will be after provisionals though, so you'll notice in provisionals you can and probably will still be mixed in with the odd masters and predators around. It's possible you might even still get those full master and predator lobbies during those provisional games. But certainly after the provisionals, people should be placing much closer back to where they should be. Of course, there will still be a bit of a grind, so the provisional games will never really place you back exactly where you should be because it's going to expect you to have to play a bit to get back to your previous rank. The final change they're making is to help with the sweaty matchmaking. This sounds like the best change to me. Funnily enough, they even joked about it in the dev Q&A that I was invited to. Of course, I've seen lots of people complaining about it in their ranked games through Season 18 as well, and even myself personally, I've definitely felt lobbies were super sweaty this season, with masters and predators in every lobby, regardless of what rank you're in. The devs did confirm this was due to back-end changes, and in the panel they said they are making some tweaks to matchmaking in answer to one of the questions about whether matchmaking is going to be changed. They didn't say exactly what's happening, they just said they are making some tweaks and they'll continue to do so through the season. They also said there are two elements based on the point side that also aren't helping with the matchmaking either, and this is part of the reason why lobbies were sweatier in Season 18. This is all hopefully being fixed in Season 19 though, because they're increasing the rating bonuses being given to players. This will help us catch up to our skill levels faster in Season 19. They're also scaling back bonus withholdings in Season 19. If you don't know what bonus withholdings are, it's essentially where it limits how many bonus points you get from your games. So even if you got loads of kills, bonus withholdings would still withhold a proportion of those points you got for those kills. In Season 18, these bonus withholdings were really high, and it meant even in a lot of cases where you had a good game and got kills, you weren't getting as many points rewarded due to bonus withholdings as you potentially should have done. So in Season 19, by reducing this, in theory we should be able to earn a lot more points and rank up a bit faster from ratings and the extra bonuses that we should be getting, while at the same time having lobbies that aren't super sweaty, at least not to start with. But overall, hopefully this gives you a good idea of what's changed in ranked in Season 19. Good luck with your climbs. Feel free to ask me any questions you've got in the comments down below, or head across to my Discord. I'll put a link in the description. I've got lots more Season 19 videos coming your way though, so don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.